Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly Home Edition. So this week we're starting off with the latest on the Chesapeake Health Department's vaccination efforts. First thing you need to know for this week, there's a new online contact tool for you to sign up with so that the health department can reach out to you when it's your turn to get the vaccine. So it's a quick and easy online form. You fill it out, that puts your information into the health department's database, and they'll then reach out to you when vaccination appointments are available for your group. Just keep in mind, this is not registration for your vaccination appointment. It's just a way for the health department to be able to get in touch with you when it is your time to get your vaccine. So still a really important sign-up tool. You can find a link to that at cityofchesapeake.net/COVID-19. There's also a COVID vaccination information call center that has been set up. The city is helping the health department staff a call center weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 3-1788. Now, this is just for informational purposes only. This is also not to call and make your vaccination appointment. It's simply if you have questions about the process or the vaccine, you can give this hotline a call and they'll be able to help you out. Now, if you're a small business in Chesapeake, the Economic Development Department has been working overtime over the past year to make sure that they're doing everything they can to keep small businesses up and running. We know it's been a very challenging time for everyone, all business owners here in the city, particularly those who are small businesses. So they are rolling out another round of the popular Chesapeake Small Business COVID-19 Recovery Grants. These grants are available to for-profit businesses that have been adversely affected by COVID-19. So businesses can submit their application online. Then the Economic Development Authority will review the applications and will release grant funds to qualifying businesses as soon as possible. To see if your business is eligible and to apply, visit chesapeakeva.biz/recovery grant. Well, we've got the latest on the repairs on the Centerville Tnpk Bridge. So you might remember late last year, the bridge was struck by a barge, causing some pretty bad damage. Crews have been at the bridge ever since then, first taking a look at what happened, what the extent of the damage was, and then formulating a plan to move forward. We've got the latest from Public Works Director Earl Sorey.
So the damage assessment is completed. You know, the plans have been approved to start the repairs on the Centerville Bridge. The repairs are underway. You know, right now we're focusing on the structural steel repairs, but the long lead item is going to be the mechanical repairs. And of course, you know, the big issue there is these aren't parts that you have on a shelf somewhere, that they have to be fabricated. So, you know, the parts are in fabrication, but that is going to be the long lead item. You know, the team is fully engaged. Right now we are on schedule, however, for an opening by the end of May as previously reported. So in terms of cost, we've estimated that it will cost up to $2.8 million for the repairs. City Council has already done an emergency appropriation for that amount. And so the funding is there, and if there's an opportunity to recoup any of those funds through the insurance process, we'll certainly look at doing that as well. Yeah, so I know our economic development team has been working with the area businesses, and I'll just give them a shout out. You know, I know they're all open. They would all certainly appreciate your continued support and your business. So if you get an opportunity, please support the local business here on both sides of the bridge.
You can stay up to date on all of those repairs by visiting cityofchesapeake.net/Centreville, and we'll continue to keep you updated here on Chesapeake Weekly as the project progresses. Now, another eagerly awaited bridge project just across town is, of course, the Deep Creek Bridge Replacement Project. This is an Army Corps of Engineers owned bridge, and they are leading the way for this project. Colonel Patrick Kinsman from the Army Corps recently visited City Council during one of their meetings last month and provided a pretty extensive update on the project. We have pulled that clip for you, and it's available for viewing at youtube.com/Chesapeake Television in case you want to watch that whole thing. But while we had Earl, we asked him to kind of give us a synopsis and give us any new updates that have happened since the Colonel went to the council. So here's Public Works Director Earl Sorey with more.
A couple of big announcements recently with the Deep Creek Bridge. So first, Congress authorized a higher spending limit for the bridge of almost $60 million. That was done through the Water Resources and Development Act recently passed by Congress and signed by the President. So that means the project can accept more money. So that was an important first step. The other good news that we recently received was the project actually received an additional $12.7 million through the Army Corps of Engineers work plan. So that money will now fully fund the project. So all project activities will continue. And of course, as you know, it is a Corps of Engineer project that they own the bridge. They are administering the project. But right now, the plans are fully developed. The Corps is in the property acquisition phase. They plan to wrap that up later this summer. They plan to start construction in April of 2022, and they've advised the city that it's a roughly 3-year construction duration. So opening sometime in April of 2025 is the Corps' current plan.
For the latest on this highly anticipated project, you can find information and updates at cityofchesapeake.net/Deep Creek Bridge. Well, as wastewater infrastructure also continues to age here in Chesapeake and really throughout the country, maintenance and inspection becomes even more important. So every year, the Public Utilities Department conducts what's called smoke testing. Now, it's always nerve-wracking whenever you see smoke rising out of anywhere, but it is a tried and true way to test out how good our sanitary sewer pipes are. Those are definitely not pipes that you want to be messing up. Let's be real. So the smoke testing process, there's a lot to learn about it, a lot to know. We actually had this clip from a couple years ago that we did back when this show was called 48 News. So forgive the old graphics, but the information is still really important and it's all still good. So take a look at this clip about smoke testing.
So what we're doing with the smoke testing, we're checking for any infiltration, any broken pipes, any way that smoke may be getting into a home, any sewer gases that may be infiltrating the home, and if you have a broken pipe in the road, stuff like that. So you don't want to be driving down the street, you got a whole bunch of cave-ins and stuff in the road. So the smoke testing will help us find out where those bad spots at so we can repair them. We're going to be start at manhole 18. We're going to just work our way back out. We probably, for the area of this magnitude, we might do about 5 or 6 manholes because it blows for at least 3 to 4 streets. Okay. The smoke travels a mile. They're looking for any smoke that may be coming from the home that's outside the home. They may not have a plug, a seal-off plug, to stop any infiltration, any kind of water or sand or any dirt get into that lateral, that sewer lateral, which causes backups to the home. We just located a defect. We use a number system and a lettering system. Take a picture, you find out it's a loose plug, missing plug, and what type of plug, so you could document it, keep track of what we're using out in the field and what we're taking from the storerooms. And then we also notify the customer if they have one missing on their side.
I mean, it helps customers to be aware of whether or not they got a problem inside the house. Got a lot of elderly people at home alone, and they don't know they're getting sewer gases in. So it helps them out too a lot. So we let them know what to do. It's a good thing. I love it.
We went into the home, we discovered that he had a smoke coming in from the wooden floors that he got installed in his bathroom. He needed a larger wax seal so that he wouldn't have that infiltrating the home. We need multiple people on the site. The more trucks we have, the more area we can cover. And that makes smoke testing go a whole lot quicker.
For more information on smoke testing, including frequently asked questions and a schedule for when they'll be at your neighborhood, you can find all that information on the public utilities pages at cityofchesapeake.net. And it seems like it's been forever, but we finally got some snow here in Chesapeake. Last week, those snowflakes fell, and thankfully, they really stuck to grassy areas only. We did have some icy spots on the streets, and of course, that's always a concern, especially on the many bridges and overpasses that we have. Anytime we've got freezing temperatures and precipitation, you want to take that really slowly and cautiously. Our crews stayed on the road starting early in the morning all through the end of that day. It's a good reminder for us all to be ready for winter weather whenever it hits. Consider your at-home emergency kits and a vehicle emergency kit too, which is really good for cold winter weather, just in case you get stranded on the road when it's out. Get preparedness tips for any weather that comes our way at ready.gov. Well, it's Black History Month, so we're going to be taking some time out of our shows this month to share ways that you can celebrate and learn more about the achievements of African Americans right here in the city of Chesapeake. And really, there's so much to learn. So we start off with a great COVID-safe activity, which is a self-guided driving tour through the Chesapeake African American Heritage Trail. There are 6 stops, mostly through southern Chesapeake, and each stop has an accompanying podcast to go with it. So you'll learn about the Battle of Great Bridge and its hero, Billy Flora, who, during the fight, was the last of the Patriots to retreat across the bridge under heavy gunfire, pulling up enough of the bridge's planking to stop the British advance. You'll head to the Dismal Swamp, part of the Underground Railroad network to freedom. You'll see the Cornland School, one of the earliest efforts in Virginia to formally educate African American children after the Civil War. The one-room schoolhouse was in operation into the 1950s. These are just a few examples of what you'll find on this tour. It's a great walk in the footsteps of freedom seekers, pioneers, and heroes. And it's the perfect way to spend a chilly afternoon during Black History Month. So find all of the stops, the map, all the info, and coordinating podcasts to go along with this at visitchesapeake.com. Well, that does it for this week's edition of Chesapeake Weekly. Thank you so much for watching.